I watch English movies, but whenever I'm listening to it, I get stuck. I don't understand what the actors and the actress are saying in the movie. Sometimes I listen to English music as well, but I don't understand really what's going on in the music because I can't understand because of the fast speech of native English speakers. I try a lot when I'm speaking in English to speak fast like natives, but I can't. I get stuck in this way. Assalamualikum everyone and welcome to my channel English with Zafarzai. If you are new over here, I am Bilazaf, your English teacher, and in this video I want to teach you some very common connected speech sounds that if you follow and understand, you will easily be able to understand the movie, understand the English songs, as well as to speak like natives. We think that we can't understand native English speakers because they speak too much fast, but this is not the reality. The reality is that they speak connected speech, okay? They make use of connected speech. Some of the basic connected sounds that I'm going to share with you in this video, that if you understand, of course it will be easier for you to understand natives, and if you make use of them, you will be like native English speaker. Of course, follow these connected speech sounds. I guarantee that you will look professional like a native one. First connected speech sound you have to understand if you want to understand native English speakers properly is the should have connected speech sounds. What do you think native speakers would say should have? Of course, definitely not. They would say shoulda, shoulda instead of should have. They do not ever say should have, but instead shoulda, shoulda. This is the connected speech sound for the should have. For example, I should have studied more. This means I should have studied more. Next example, I should have gone there. I should have gone there. Okay? Try to make use of shoulda instead of should have. Do not ever say should have, but instead shoulda. If you want to look like a native one and understand native English speakers properly, you have to understand shoulda instead of should have. The next one you have to master to understand native speakers and sound like them is the could have. You have to be able to understand it's a spoken form, like native English speakers will not ever say could have, but instead they say coulda, coulda. Great job. For example, I could have gone to the party. This means I could have gone to the party. Next example can be I could have written the email. I could have written the email. The next connected speech sound is the would have. Do not ever say would have, but instead woulda, woulda. Native speakers always say woulda in the place of would have. You also, if you want to sound like them and understand them properly, listening to the music, watching English movie or podcast, you have to be able to understand woulda. Woulda stands for would have. For example, I would have helped you if I could. This means I would have helped you if I could. Next example can be uh, I would have invited you. I would have invited you. This means I would have invited you. So try to make sure use this connected speech sound woulda instead of would have to look natural, professional like a native English speaker and understand native English speakers properly, easily than ever before. The next sound you have to master to look natural, professional like a native English speaker is the about. About. Native speakers will not ever say about, but instead the connected speech sound for this can be bow, bow, bow. Okay, the A is actually removed and we pronounce it like bow, bow. Great job. For example, let's talk about it later. Let's talk about it later. Okay? Instead of about, you have to say bow, bow. This is like native English speakers, how they say this word about, bow. Okay, in movie and song, you will not actually hear about, but instead bow. The next sound you have to master to be able to understand native speakers properly and to speak like them is the because sound. Okay, native speakers will not ever say because, but instead they say cuz. Instead of because, they would say cuz. For example, I'm late because of the traffic. I'm late because of the traffic. So instead of because, they would say cuz. For actually, this is like sounding more natural. The next sound you have to master to speak like them and understand them is the before sound. They will not ever say before, but instead they say for. For. All the time you will hear for from their mouth while they're speaking and saying the word before they will ever say for. For example, let's eat for the movie. This is actually like whenever they're saying before, they would say let's eat for the movie instead of before the movie. So you also have to master this sound for instead of before if you want to look professional, natural like a native one. Give it a try. I'm sure you can sound like a native English speaker easily than ever before. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I shared with you some connected speech sounds that native English speakers use them all the time. If you want to make use of them, you will also look natural and professional. If you want to understand a movie properly, song properly, also the podcast, I'm sharing with you some connected speech sounds. In the previous video, I also shared with you some connected speech sound. I'm going to put this link in the description box below. You can check it out. Then watch this video again and again to master these connected speech sounds as well. Inshallah, I will also upload videos regularly on this topic like connected speech sounds. If you want to master them, you will be able to understand native English speakers easily. And if you want to sound like them, this will also be a piece of cake for you. So, be up to date on this channel, stay updated, and I am sure you can start speaking in English fluently and sound like native English speaker, as well as you will be able to understand the movies properly and easily than ever before in English. So thank you for watching this video up to the very end. I'll see you in the coming video. Take care. Bye.